Are you ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknex.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
It's so good. Turkeys.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that even existed.
Oh yeah,
what?
I've been waiting to roll that one out.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's funny.
All right, while I go through these salutations and greetings, what do we got on the housekeeping side?
Is he housekeeping? Let's go ahead and share. I just want to show you guys this too. I don't know if a lot of people remember how to do this. I got a couple messages on this, a couple on this. Anyway, so if you're going to connect your wallet to any site, Node Market, anything, there's a couple ways to see if your wallet's connected, and there's a couple ways to toggle. So right now, if I click the wallet, it says digital test.eth is connected, which is 0xb47, okay? This happens to be my account number 2. That's this account. So 0xb47. And then you can see up here that it says test ETH account connected. And I know it's kind of small for people, but look really closely. So test ETH account is connected. If I switch to my account number 3, you'll notice this doesn't switch here. Even if I refresh the page and click the wallet, it still doesn't select the new wallet, because if I go up here, you can see it's not connected. So Metamask has actually had this new pop-up at the bottom saying, oh, connect account to this site. Or you can go click on here and you can connect more accounts or whatever you want to do, right? So I'm just going to click the bottom part. It says connect account, and it's going to connect. And look how it switched right away and it recognized it. Now, watch if I switch back, it switches in Node Market. So Node Market automatically detects what wallet you have selected in MetaMask, and it'll switch back and forth. But if I go to a new account that's not connected, it doesn't switch, see? And then this pop-up shows up at the bottom here. You guys got to be very cognizant. Like, this is just takes a little bit of thinking and work, and be like, oh, well, how come it's not recognizing the account that I have selected in MetaMask? It's because you don't have it connected. And you can tell in 2 ways. One, this pop-up's here, or up here, it says account number 4 not connected. So you'll be able to go and see another profile, the one that I just had connected, still be active here on Node Market. So you can usually toggle back and forth between accounts as long as it's connected to Node Market. Alternatively, too, I can go through here and disconnect accounts if I wanted to, if I never wanted them to be connected before. So that's just one of the things that you guys got to be cognizant of and kind of watch for when you're trying to email me and say it's not recognizing the account that I'm on. Just make sure it's connected first, and then you should be good to go and do whatever you need to there.
Should we delist Singularity Dow?
That's on our list. Singularity Dow, and
they're delisting themselves. Matter of fact, I saw the news article.
Oh, nice.
You want me to read the news article?
Yes.
It's from one of the scammy ones. So there are scammy news one on Live Coin Watch. There are scammy news ones.
Yes.
But it is what it is. Anyway, Crypto Economy is one of the scammy news outlets, but I just keep it there because I want to see what companies are paying for, because this is all, it's like paid ads and stuff. Where like I've got news, I'll pay you to talk about it. Like, oh, news, got it. So anyway, Singularity Dow, Cogito Finance, right, and Self-Key merge to form new AI-focused Layer 2 platform. Okay, I'm not gonna color it. I'm gonna tone it. I'm just gonna read it. No nuance, I'll save all my nuance and my ranting and my I told you soing for the jobs numbers, which you saw, right?
The jobs numbers, yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll talk
Good
about that in a
stuff.
second.
Yeah.
And the downward revisions. And
Yeah.
they're going to downward revise this one, and it's going to end up negative.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why the market's even green.
Because they know that they're going to get another 25 basis points next week.
I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Because they're new things that they're watching, of course.
Yes.
Or they're new targets.
Yeah. Okay. Singularity Dow merges with Cogito Finance and Self-Key to create Singularity Finance. Huh. That was nuance. I promised I wouldn't do that. Focusing on the tokenization of the artificial intelligence economy. What? The tokenization of the economy. Okay, you know what? No nuance. I'm still grappling with what that statement means. I don't think it means anything, but that's fine. The merger was approved by more than 94.7% of the community through a vote involving over 15 million tokens. 15 million. You know how many tens of millions of tokens there are, and only 15 million. Ugh. And also that 94.7, I'm not going to dig through the math because that would mean that I was besmirching, and I don't want to besmirch, but that math is not true, nor is it accurate. So I'll move on. Singularity Finance will aim to enhance AI-powered wallet management and offer compliance and tokenization solutions. Brandon, is anything in there even somewhat coherent? Does anything in there mean anything?
That is what they call word salad.
They're gonna aim. First of all, they're not saying they're gonna do it. They're gonna aim to. I aim to do all sorts of things. They're gonna aim to enhance AI-powered wallet management and offer compliance and tokenization solutions.
Word salad. Word salad.
Okay. Singularity Dow has announced its merger with Cogito Finance and Self-Key, giving rise to a new entity. I can't do it. Oh, wait. Singularity Dow. This is good. At the forefront of AI. Okay? I'm reading it. I'm reading the words here. So you guys
yeah. You're reading, but you have that little in your tone. It's your tone, Nick. Yeah. Okay.
Mario Casaraghi, co-founder of Singularity Dow, expressed gratitude to all SDAO users who participated in this important vote. Him and his other 17 employees with their tokens. That's who voted. That's how they got to. Anyway, stating that the decision will be crucial for moving toward the creation of a platform that combines the best elements of the three entities. The completion of the merger is subject to an additional vote by Self-Key's key token holders. That's all you need to know. This is another weird kind of token exit, similar to the way they've created these weird kind of token exits through the ASI mergers. They take illiquid assets and they merge them, and it gives people holding those illiquid assets a way to exit into a more liquid asset. This is a copy and paste of what they did at ASI. The companies aren't merging. It's a token merger. Or maybe it is a company merger. I'm not even sure what the hell this is. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, wait, sorry. Just read the words. Once approved, this new entity will aim to develop solutions throughout the entire artificial intelligence value chain with an emphasis on asset tokenization and identity management on the blockchain. They just launching a wallet? Is that what all that kind of sounds like? Is that what that reduces to? They're just launching a wallet?
There's no.
You think that they just they just reskinned the Sopia wallet that they were going to launch, which was just a knockoff
Nothing.
of MetaMask?
Yeah, but I mean, even it just doesn't matter. Like, you could launch a wallet. Anybody could launch a wallet technically. I mean, but without adoption, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I've got good news though. I've got good news about the Leadership Council. Singularity Finance will be led by a leadership council that will include prominent figures such as Dr. Ben Gortzel, CEO of Singularity Net, along with Cloris Chin, the CEO of Cogito, and Mario Casaraghi. This merger seeks not only to enhance existing AI-powered wallet management services, but also to offer compliance and asset tokenization solutions that strengthen its value proposition in the market. None of that means anything other than, to me, they're launching a wallet. They're launching a wallet, right? It's a wallet. I couldn't get anything else out of all that bullshit. Sorry, out of all that news. Out of all that news. Oh, man. Good for them. Yeah. Okay, should we talk jobs numbers real quick? Because they were
they were doozy, huh?
Okay. Anybody want to guess? Anybody that doesn't know want to guess?
It was just my family too that got. Oh, so we're letting them guess. I was gonna say it's just my total extended family that got jobs last month. That was the total. Just kidding. Okay, somebody guess.
Well, as the guesses come in, U.S. economy added just 12,000 jobs in October, impacted by hurricanes and the Boeing strike. I like how they.
Yeah, right.
It's never the obvious macro landscape. It's clearly that there was some hurricanes, and yes, there were some hurricanes, and there was a Boeing strike, yes, but that didn't account for the discrepancy. So anyway, non-farm payrolls increased by 12,000, and remember, that's going to get downward. That's going to get a downward departure. They're going to downward revise that because they downward revised August, and big surprise, they downward revised the amazing September number. Amazing. Anyway, non-farm payrolls increased by 12,000 for the month, down from September and below the Dow Jones estimate for 100,000. Now, I want you to think about this.
They were only 90% off.
You got this number of what, 270,000 in September, and everybody's like, "Woo, we're back, baby!" And it was a one-off, like 100,000, 60,000, 85,000, 275,000, and everybody's like, "Yeah, that looks natural. That looks normal. I'm sure that's not some weird, anomalous behavior. That's not teachers going back to work. It's just a normal, right?" Which they downward revise all of these. So if you did believe that September was a 275 for real, why would you think that October would be 100,000? Like, if you really bought into that, that tells you pretty clearly that no one buys into these bullshit numbers. No one. And they shouldn't. So anyway, because what they thought was going to be 100 down from 275 was 12. And that's before that gets downward revised, and that will probably end up negative 30 or negative 40. Negative. Anyway, the unemployment rate held at 4.1%, in line with expectations. The BS, noted that the Boeing strike likely subtracted 44,000 jobs in manufacturing, while hurricanes likely held back the total. However, other people said, well, yeah, but there weren't earthquakes over the entire United States. I mean, there weren't hurricanes over the entire U.S. They didn't pancake the whole thing. Anyway, revisions lowered previously reported job creation totals by 112,000 for August and September. So, and the problem is that central bankers claim that this is what they're using to do their numbers, to do their math, to do their easing, to do their quantitative, their versions of monetary policy tightening or easing or whatever. Like, they're like, we follow the news. And anytime they get news that's against their narrative, it doesn't matter whether they're being positive or negative, whatever their narrative is. And if it goes against that, they just take a different piece of information and say, this is our new main important thing. So now, we don't go with jobs numbers. They look at jobs numbers when they're up, and then they go out and they say, see, soft landing. We did it. And then when the jobs numbers get revised down and they get asked about it, they say, we don't look at jobs numbers. Oh, okay. It's the same thing with why you don't see them out there, parading, talking about GDP, because it was missiles and fucking bombs and tankers and drones and shit for the military. That was most of GDP. Anyway, job creation in October slowed to its weakest pace since 2020. As the impacts of the storms in the Southeast and significant labor impasse dented the employment picture. Non-farm payrolls increased by 12,000. October posted the smallest gain since December of 2020. The unemployment rate held. However, a broader measure of unemployment that includes discouraged workers and part-time jobs for economic reasons was unchanged at 7.7%. That's a little bit more accurate picture. So it's about 8 out of 100 not finding jobs. So they're finding kind of marginal part-time stuff. Or I think that may also count gig. They may also count the gig economy, like Uber and things like that. In the report, the BLS noted that the Boeing strike probably caused about 44,000 jobs in the sector, which lost 46,000 jobs. You don't want to see this chart. I'm going to show it to you, though. You want to see this chart that you don't want to see?
Put it up there. I always want to see a chart I don't want to see.
Oh, this is a good
I like charts, though.
This
Where
is
are we
a
at?
goodie. See if I can get it in there. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me move my little banner so you can. If I don't move my banner, you can't see October.
Man, if I were to pick out a trend in that chart,
That's it. Here,
I
let
would
me make this bigger. Let me make it bigger so you can see.
Hey, can you zoom in on that October number?
So, can anyone just kind of squint a little bit and see if it looks like there's a pattern there? I mean, I can't tell. It's not something as obvious as like the Phillips curve.
I'm not that good at. Well, is that the Elliott wave?
I mean, oh God, man. Anyway, okay. Along with that, the report noted the thing that I took the most was the average work week held. You want to guess what the average amount of hours of a work week is? This is
it's not 40 hours anymore, right? It's
I grew up thinking that was a 40-hour was a work week.
Yeah.
And if you're an entrepreneur, it's like 70.
Yeah.
But 34.3 is the new average work week.
Wow.
But that's not 40. No, it's not. Along with that, the report noted the impact of hurricanes Helene. Is it Helene or Helena? Helena.
Helene.
And Milton. There's a guy that I play Pop 1 with. His name is Milton, and we've all just been crapping all over him because everybody blames him and it doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Anyway, never mind. It's not possible to quantify the net effect of the storms on the job market, even though they just actually did that. I like how the BLS says, listen, it's not possible to quantify this, but the way we quantify it is that the storms were 44, but like, come on, man. God, anyway, the BLS noted that the survey responses for the survey of establishments, which shows the headline non-farm payroll gain was well below average, but said that it was the case that both areas were hit by storms, but also low average numbers outside of the zone of the storms. So so they basically said nothing. The long story short is that they're just trying to put lipstick on a pig. Markets, however, largely ignored the bad news with stock market poised for gains. Amazon's looking good. The October jobs number paints a picture of growing fragility in the U.S. labor market. And, under the surface, there's kind of a muddy report with a little bit of climate and labor disruption, but certainly those impacts, you don't want to ignore them. They did happen, but they are likely temporary, and they're also not, they're not indicative of the entire United States. Like, everybody didn't have a hurricane. Everybody's not on strike. And so if that's the number, if the non-farm payroll, if this is the worst month since one of the worst months during freaking COVID, and it's going to be revised negative, that's no bueno, bro. That's no bueno. And probably is not great for people that were on the fence and they're looking at their paycheck in their 34-hour work week and they're about to go to the polls on Tuesday. People like something different. When it's not going well, people want something different. Just saying. Yeah, they say it casts a murky shadow heading into the election. Oh, you think? You think?
I love how obvious all this is.
So anyway, the
Cool.
downward revised, the downward revisions are about 50, 56, 57,000 per month. That's about the average. So
Nice.
Let's just go with the average. Let's just say it's 50. Well, that puts us at what? Negative 38,000? Probably negative 40,000. Negative 40,000. You think they're going to, I guarantee you they're going to bury that fucking line. They're going to hide that. They'll do November numbers and then they'll whisper. They'll be like, and October was down revised. No big deal. It's all hurricanes. Those damn hurricanes. Right. So, man, but for me, the work week was the thing that was kind of yucky. Healthcare and government, again, led job creation. That should bother you also, respectively adding. So remember, the total of this one was 12,000, right? And healthcare and government added 92,000. So just remember, do the math. Healthcare and government employed. Government was 40K. The number was 12, and they added 40,000 government jobs, which again, that's paying someone to dig a hole, paying someone else to fill it in. And they added 52,000 healthcare jobs, which, okay. Anyway, in addition, So in addition, the expected pullback in manufacturing, temporary help services saw a drop of 49,000. This is sometimes seen as a proxy for underlying job strength and has seen a decline of 577,000 since March of 2022. So think about what are the gears that move the economy forward? I feel like that's manufacturing.
I think so too.
And
that's where the actual work is getting done.
That's where you're building the widgets. You got to sell the widgets. You got to build the widgets.
You saw that those guys that all quit the Washington Post. What was it? 2 days ago, 3 days ago? Whatever. Did you see this? They all quit the Washington Post because they got their feelings hurt. Yeah, they got their feelings hurt. And so one of the things was these guys don't actually. All they do is they sit over a cubicle, right, and they just kind of write garbage little editorials. Yeah. Nobody reads. And a lot of people called them out for, they've never actually contributed to society. If any one of those had to get a job, because, they're all leaning one way, right? Yes. And if any of them actually had to go get a job and actually contribute to society, none of them could put their hands to work and actually pick up a piece of wood or pick up a hammer to actually get anything of consequence.
No job to be had. Yeah.
No. So whatever. They quit in this economy. So
manufacturing and those douchebags at the Washington Post got nuked. Another section, leisure and hospitality, saw a drop of 4,000. That's pretty minimal. In the household survey, which is used to calculate unemployment, hiring numbers were even weaker. Household survey is I think nothing alone is valuable, but when you take all this stuff together, you can get a good picture of what's going on. In the household survey, it showed 368,000 fewer people reporting holding jobs, and the labor force contracting by 220,000. Full-time employment declined by 164,000. Part-time fell by 227,000. The household survey is a fucking nuclear bomb. It is not good. Before the release, job creation had averaged close to 200,000 a month during 2024, about 60,000 below the pace for the same period a year ago, and way off trend from pre-COVID, obviously. Some cracks in recent months have raised concerns to the Federal Reserve. While the year-over-year pace of inflation is slowing, elevated interest rates, I'm not going to read that because it's all bullshit. This is where they try to say that the job market's probably these rate hikes that did it. It's the rate hikes. I mean, if you're a company and you're selling stuff, you're obviously going to cut manufacturing because of because of rate hikes. Because why exactly? Oh, that's never made clear. Anyway, because it's no more easy money. Oh, so at 3.5%, we're living large, but at 5.25%, I got to shut it down, boys. Shut it down. Turn the lights off. Let's shut it down. Doesn't make any sense. Their arguments don't. I wonder if these people even, if the things that they read, do they say them like to their wife before they leave? They go, honey, does this make sense? And she's like, oh, yes, dear. Yeah, it makes sense. And she's like, I don't know. Are there just a bunch of bad marriages at the heels of this? I don't know, man. Anyway, the Federal Open Market Committee will announce its decision next Thursday. God, next Thursday is going to be a ball buster, man. And then finally, before we go behind the wall, a record number of wealthy Americans are making plans to leave the U.S. after this current election. Isn't that weird? Attorneys and wealth advisors, family offices, and high net worth families are saying that they're seeing a very strong demand from clients looking for second passports or long-term residencies abroad. The American rich have been increasingly interested in leaving the U.S. since COVID. Wealth advisors said this time many of their wealthy clients are taking action, to which I say, can you leave LA first? Because we can't drive any of these cars really fast with these highways jam-packed. So let's move it. A growing number of wealthy Americans are making plans to leave the country in the run-up to Tuesday's election, with many fearing political and social unrest, regardless of who wins, according to immigration attorneys. I don't think people are taken to the streets with pitchforks and shit. Anyway, attorneys and advisors are saying that they're seeing record demand from clients looking for second passports or long-term residencies abroad. While talk of moving overseas after an election is common, wealth advisors say this time many of them are already taking action. No, they're not. They're doing these investment things where you get a Belize passport. I know about that stuff. I'm not doing it. Oh, it would be cool to have another passport. You'd be like Jason Bourne. Anyway, man, we've never seen this.
I have 4, but you don't have an extra?
You have a Romanian one, right?
I have 4 passports, bro.
No, you don't.
I don't have any. I just have the US one.
Like, shit,
you know how hard it is to maintain that many passports legally?
Oh, because you got to go there and back all the time.
I think you got to do all kinds of stuff, man. Not only go there and back, but you got to do taxes.
It's hard enough for me to maintain my Black American Express card. I can't imagine what a passport would be like. Okay. Wealthy Americans are far and away the company's largest client base, accounting for 20%. Okay, blah, blah, blah. People want to leave. Blah, blah, blah. They're worried about fighting in the streets. 53% of American millionaires say they're more likely to leave the U.S. after the election, no matter who wins. Well, then, if that's the case, then the election doesn't matter. So basically what they're saying is 53% of wealthy Americans are leaving the United States.
Gonna call BS.
I'm gonna call BLS on this. Younger millionaires were most likely to leave, with 64% of millionaires between 18 and 29. How many 18-year-old millionaires are there? Really?
Hey, TikTok, man. It's changed everything.
Yeah, but it's not real money. Oh, well, whatever. Good for them, I guess. They said they were very interested in seeking so-called golden visas through a residency by investment program. That's all this is. This is a bunch of wealth managers pushing these residency by investment programs and collecting a big ass fee. That's all that is. Just as you diversify your investments, they're now creating diversified passport portfolios to hedge their country risk. This is a scam. This is basically an ad. But anyway, let me show you though. This is the part that I think is cool. Do you want to see what it costs to go into different places? For those of you wealthy Americans that are getting ready to bail, let me just show you. Here's the numbers. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Brandon? What's looking tasty to you?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Is there anything cheaper?
Dude, the Dominican Republic for $200K?
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah,
Investment hold.
3 to 5 years. That ain't nothing.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean 3 to 5? So what does it mean? You have to hold for 3 to 5 years? You have to hold what?
And then you would get your pass, I guess, your passport.
Okay.
So think.
Why do I have to wait? I heard you could just buy them. Why do I have to wait?
Well, no, you get residency status if like I have to renew it, but I had French residency, but not and I had a military passport, but I didn't have a French actual passport. Like I wasn't a French citizen. I was a French resident. After 14 years, as a resident, you can apply for citizenship.
That's not the Dominican Republic. That's Dominica, right? That's a different island nation, right?
Yeah,
Dominica?
probably is. It's got to be close.
Yeah, it probably is.
Antigua and Barbuda.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Really?
Antigua?
Is it cool?
Yeah, I mean it's just like any of the islands you visit down there in the Caribbean.
Ooh, but it's Caribbean.
I think, right? I think that's where I've been.
Dude,
you stop at so many islands down there.
Oh, Turkey! Isn't that a terrorist state?
Where? Turkey?
I thought Turkey. You weren't supposed to go there because they'll kill you.
No, you can go to Turkey. Turkey's fine. My neighbor's going to Turkey next month. They're going to visit.
He ain't coming back.
He's going to get the hair transplants. You've heard of these?
Yes, my friend just went.
Yeah, he's going. He's going to get them.
Okay.
So I'm like, you don't need to be bald.
We should go. I think you should just buy a hat that has hair in it, like a hair hat.
They call that a wig. They call that, what do they call that? Yeah, a wig. Toupee.
Hair hat.
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.